What's up, everybody? It's MrScaryMuffin coming right back at you with another Thoughts Talking TF2, and I am an old man. I am 30 years old, 1 year and 1 day less from today, meaning yesterday was my birthday. I'm 29 currently and will be 30 next year. I'm pretty old, okay? Not quite 30 old, but getting there. I'm getting there. I'm closer to it than I was just when I started this video. And I thank you all for a lot of people who are tweeting, Skyping, Facebooking, all the happy birthday messages. I think I got more happy birthday messages this year than I've gotten ever through social media. So that was pretty cool. I'm gonna make sure to try my best to thank every single one of those who sent me the well wishes. But if I missed you guys, apologize. I'm thanking you right now in this video that you may not be watching. You may or may not be watching. Anyways. So another year, a little bit wiser, a little bit whatever. You know, it's hard to tell incrementally, day by day, hour by hour, that we are changing, we are constantly evolving. But when you look back at yourself, like say 5 years ago, definitely, you know, people have come along. But that said, looking back at myself, like say 5 years ago, I was still playing TF2. I was still playing Minecraft. I was still playing. Wait, when did I start playing Pokemon? Oh, I started up Pokemon just like 4 years ago, so not quite 5 years ago. But yeah, I've been playing these games for a long time, and I'm still playing them. And I was wondering. I was curious if this was a similar case for a lot of people. I know when you're younger, for example, you start playing a game, and as long as you have reason to continue playing the game, then you keep playing it. We return back to that kind of evergreen formula where the game has this long-standing appeal, along with constant updates and a good community, all that kind of stuff. You guys can revisit some of the older Thoughts Talking TF2 episodes where I talk about the evergreen formula for games and stuff like that. But I was thinking about the evolving taste of players. I know some people, they really like single-player games, things like Grand Theft Auto with the story mode, things like the Tomb Raider game look kind of interesting. And some people like the constant new game, the cult of the new, where they play a game, finish it, and go on to the next game. They prefer these kinds of games. And even games that are semi-open-ended, where I'm thinking about like Spelunky, Risk of Rain, Terraria even, they have like an end game kind of thing. And some people, like, you know, some people, they play Minecraft and then they're like, oh yeah, Minecraft was kind of cool, but I stopped playing it because it got boring or because nothing ever happened. And I can totally see that. But to me, that is a very different way of playing games. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm a cheapo and I don't like buying new games, so I just keep playing the same old stuff that I have, and very rarely would I buy a new game. I would be like, oh, that's $5, I'll do it. Oh, that's on the Humble Bundle, I might do it, right? I mean, just because a game's on my wish list and it's $5 doesn't mean I'm gonna buy it. A lot of times, like for example, Don't Starve, which I kind of regret not buying because of that multiplayer update that's coming out. But Don't Starve was on sale so many times, and I was just like, yeah, I'm no thanks. I'm so reluctant to pick up new games, and I don't know if that's because I'm an old man and you can't teach an old dog new tricks kind of stuff, or if it's just kind of a player mindset where you really need to give a person a really good reason to pick up a game, and then like if that person picks up the game and you can hold their attention for like a year or 2 years, and they just become lifers and they're always playing your game. And I think that's kind of an interesting thing. But I think a lot of it, in my personal opinion, either has to be a lot of it has to do with the barrier of entry into a game, right? It has to be like, unless people, nowadays people are very lazy, right? They play video games for entertainment, they play video games as a stress release. They don't, in general, they don't want to be challenged. We're not asking for people to come up with VVV or Meat Boy every single year, because sometimes people just don't want to play it. They get discouraged, they get frustrated, and that's not their idea of a good time, right? They want to play something that's easy. They want something that it's really, really easy to get into. It's really easy to pick up, really easy to learn. You don't have to sit through a 20-minute tutorial. You don't have to like think too hard to play it. And I think that's one of the reasons why mobile games is becoming so popular, is because the barrier to entry is super low. And the other thing that gets people to pick up games is simply the multiplayer facet of the game. Right? You can have a game that's very similar to another game, but if it's got really good multiplayer, really appealing multiplayer, that you can go immediately like, oh yeah, that game, I can totally play with this person, and this person, and we would do it, and we will go and play. I think multiplayer is a huge thing, especially when they come out with those multiplayer, like those 4-player bundle packs. You pay for like 3 and you get the 4th game for free, kind of stuff like that. They're like, oh yeah, it's a sale, kind of thing. But I think because people want things to do with each other. I mean, one of the reasons why a lot of the guys in the Ground Fox area, we keep making up new maps, is because we want something to do with each other. You know, we wanted to play different Minecraft PvP maps. We want to do something that's not quite the same old stuff, but it's kind of appealing. And that's why there's all these like different series and all that kind of stuff as well. And I know some people have picked up Dota 2 recently from the group. Like Jasmine's playing Dota 2 a lot with Moj, Zebra, Thungin, and Vanman, and they're all learning together and having a good time playing the game. And I think it's very important to have initially that kind of peer pressure to pull people in, and then that group support, the the stories and the experience that you share with each other as you go on. And that's like the other kind of way to get people to play your game. And I think the third way that I can think of that has gotten me for FTL, for example, was just watching other people play and learning enough about the game that you want to try it and being interested in the game. So this doesn't really work for single-player games where you have people going in and then they play the game, you get the entire story, you get the whole experience just by watching them play, and you're like, whatever. But I was watching, I can't remember who it was that I was watching playing FTL, and I was just like, wow, it's not MrScaryMuffin, in case you're thinking that this is about you, James. It wasn't MrScaryMuffin. I think it was one of the Minecrackers, and I was watching them play FTL, and I'm like, wow, they're really bad at this game. I'm almost 100% certain I can do a lot better than they can. And when FTL was on sale, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna buy it. And I picked it up with my Steam Wallet money that I got from selling TF2 stuff, and I went ahead and played it, and I'm like, yeah. But at the same time, thinking about it, I probably wouldn't have gotten it if I didn't get my money from selling TF2 stuff that quickly. But yeah, I was really stoked to play, and it's because I watched somebody else play and I learned enough about the game that I became interested in it, and I actually wanted to try out, see how I would fare in that game myself. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. What kind of stuff get you guys into games, into playing a game, and what kind of things turn you away from playing games? I guess that would be a talk for another time. But overall, for me, it's always been just the barrier of entry, how easy it is to learn, how stress-free the game seems, and how appealing it is for multiplayer, and for me to try out my own style of play to see how well I would fare in that kind of thing. Anyways, guys, thank you again for all your happy birthday wishes. I will catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.